Colonel, salute, band, salute. The afternoon is very pleasant. The chief guest of the day, Mr. Munish Kumar, who is a man of dignity and integrity. Reverend fathers, Reverend sister, you are welcome to the St. Francis School by the management, staff, and the students of the school. This school is serving the community since 50 years.
A jubilee is an occasion to be celebrated to recall the marvelous ways in which the school has fulfilled its mission in imparting education, moral and spiritual values and discipline to help build able citizens whom our society needs today. Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Munish Kumar, the Deputy Commissioner Taran, former directors, principals and teachers of the school, esteemed alumni, Reverend Father Mathew, the director of the school, Reverend Sister Lismi, the principal, Reverend sisters and my dear colleagues. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. Today, we have gathered here to celebrate the Golden Jubilee year of the establishment of St. Francis School, Taran. 50th anniversary is a great event. It is also a perfect time for alumni together to celebrate the achievements of the school. As a part of the Golden Jubilee celebrations, the school has organized alumni meet for the ex-students to relish and refresh their past memories. On this auspicious occasion, I feel privileged to extend a warm and hearty welcome to you all. One may not know that St. Francis School, now so well established and prestigious, had a modest beginning. In 1973, Reverend Father Timothy Dowling started the school in the mission compound Taran. Reverend Father Mathew Kukandam nurtured the school in its toddling stages. The school's first batch of 8 students appeared for the ICSE in 1983. In the 50 years of the school's existence, It has churned out 40 batches of students who cleared the ICSE. Some of them are now doctors, engineers, officers, teachers, etc. The strength of the school keeps on increasing. At present, the number of students on roll is about 3,000.
Of course, how could we forget that 5 decades ago, our school was small and struggling organization. If we talk about today, our students have widely spread throughout the globe and are making difference everywhere. I feel deeply honored standing here today to welcome our ex-students from the batches 1973 to 2006 back to this abode of education where they have spent significant years of their life. It's overwhelming to get a very happy flashback of the golden days spent here and its never ending charm. It's indeed a privilege for all of us to have our ex-students with us today at Alumni Meet 2022. It's a time to rewind your school days when the school started nurturing you gradually with delicate care and love. This was the place which bloomed you out of your saplings and strengthened your adolescence. I hope you remember your first day of the school when you entered with tearful eyes, but the bright and cheerful smiles of your teachers warmly welcomed you to the new beginnings with their open arms. The eternal connection of belongingness is today proved by your priceless presence here. This alumni meet is organized to celebrate and refresh old relationships, form new ones, to relive those moments, meet your pals and teachers, and revive their contacts. Today, we all have gathered here to show our love and concern to this alma mater as we are celebrating its golden jubilee year. So once again, I welcome our dear ex-students, although it has been so long, but it seems as if it was yesterday. We are really delighted to have you and hope you will enjoy today's spectacular afternoon and live the moment once again. So to evoke the blessings of the Almighty, let's listen to the celestial music and praise the Lord by dancing.
was a wonderful performance. Now, I would like to invite Anurit Kaur and Anahit Kaur on the stage to welcome our honorable guests.
Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success.
A very warm good afternoon to all the worthy guests of the day. Today, we all have gathered here to celebrate the alumni meet as a part of our Golden Jubilee celebrations of our esteemed institution.
I feel privileged to welcome our worthy chief guest, Mr. Monish Kumar, the Deputy Commissioner, Taran. He is the man of courage, strength, and dedication who has served as a captain in the army. He was selected as the PCS officer in 2004 and then promoted as an IAS officer in 2014.
And now I request Reverend Father Mathew, the director of the school, and Reverend Sister Lismi, the principal, to welcome our honorable chief guest, Mr. Munish Kumar, by offering him bouquet. I express my sincere gratitude to you, sir, for providing your gracious presence to join us today to enhance our joy.
We are honored to have some of our former directors and principals here with us. They are the worthy members of our St. Francis family who have left no stone unturned in developing our institution in every way.
We welcome you all in today's auspicious occasion of Golden Jubilee celebrations and the alumni meet.
I feel privileged to welcome Reverend Sister Elizabeth, the first among the sisters to adorn the chair of the principal of the school. Reverend Sister Rosemary, under whose dynamic guidance the school flourished from 2007 to 2013. I would like to request Reverend Father Mathew and Reverend Sister Lismi to extend a warm welcome to our special guests. On this occasion, I express my sincere gratitude and admiration for Reverend Sister Filsi and Reverend Sister Mary Bulakari, who could not join us today, and they have worked day and night for the development of this institution.
How can we forget those legends without whom you would not have been able to become what you are today?
Our passionate and committed teachers, we are gratified to welcome you all in today's event. Who says we can't repeat the past? Of course we can, if we have belief in our heart and aim in our mind.
The world is full of diamonds and gems, and we are having some of them here with us today to build our today's event. Yes, I am profoundly delighted to welcome the precious gems of our school, that is our ex-students.
How it feels seeing those students whom you used to scold, teach, and love at the same time becoming the worthy members of our community.
Hearts melting, right?
Success of any school can be measured by the contributions an alumni makes to the society.
Your humble contribution of being together will always have a special place in our heart.
Once again, on behalf of the school management, staff, and the students, I would like to take up this opportunity to welcome you all in today's Golden Jubilee celebrations and the alumni meet. Thank you.
Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe and wings to the mind, flight to imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. So here are school choir students to sing a melodious and a heart-filling welcome song to offer a cordial welcome full of enjoyment and joy to our worthy guest. So let's witness it with our cheerful minds and souls.
sometimes we just need to chill out and bring our mind in the state of relaxation.
A week consisting of 7 days and 6 of it with the fun of going to school. And the last one, Sunday, is something really awaited by the young children.
All of the days are equally relished by the little sweet kids who find it amusing.
The playful gestures, merriments, and high spirited, lively nature is something they hold the most during this graceful phase of life.
So now it's time to travel back to the time and enjoy the dynamic and sparkling performance of the little tiny tots.
I like the doors to collaborations, open space and stars to read my decorations. Yeah, I Mickey Mouse. Click on me and you can see I'm not expensive. I want you, I hope you want me to, so be my guest. I'm Mickey Mouse.
A fantabulous performance by our tiny tots. Gratitude is one of the most important qualities. Being thankful and extend warm feeling to show how much it really means strengthen our bond. And now, I would like to call upon the stage Mrs. Harleen Kaur, our ex-student from the first batch 1983, to share her experience with us. She was the first head girl of St. Francis School. I request her batchmates to accompany her onto the stage.
I was waiting for my batchmates. We are the first batch. She's Meenu, Ina, Kavardeep. So we are here to represent when the school started. So it is a long journey. So let's start. Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Monish Kumar, the Deputy Commissioner of Taran, Father Mathew, we were waiting for him, but I think he's not here. So, and Sister Elizabeth, our first principal, and Reverend Fathers and Sisters, teachers and students of St. Francis School, and all of you who have traveled miles, some across continents, to be a part of this grand celebration as we complete 50 years of our esteemed institution. While I may not be an orator, but today I'm incredibly nostalgic. Being an ex-student of St. Francis, it's been a long journey, 50 odd years. Now, like everything from the beginning, it's just coming back to me, all those years. And I'm sure even my batchmates must be feeling the same, and so a few batches after us. I'll take you back to decades. When Father's here, I think we should wait for Father to come. Yeah. So, you want to take it?
Let us now welcome Reverend Father Mathew Kukandam, the first principal of the school from the year 1973 to 1980 and the first director of the school from the year 1980 to 1984. I request Reverend Father Mathew, the director of the school, and Reverend Sister Lisme, the principal, to extend a formal welcome, a hearty welcome to Father Mathew Kukandam by presenting flowers. Thank you, Father, for being with us today.
So, I'll start. Welcome, Father Matthews. We all fondly remember you, and we were just missing you when we started the speech. So, okay. I'll take you back decades when my mother, who was an educationist herself, took me to see several schools in Amritsar. Because at that time, our area, like it was a border belt, so we didn't have institutions of this kind where like children could study and parents could be satisfied with the kind of education we get. So, but the things changed when this esteemed institution was established in the old mission school building. Most of my batchmates would remember that building vividly. As the first batch of the school, we remained the senior most throughout our school years. Even now, we remain eternally grateful for this school and our teachers who shaped our young minds to be the human beings that we are in this day. Thank you so much. So, I would like to share a few memories of those days. There are countless memories, but I think I'll have to push myself to share only a few. I can never forget the first day of my school when Sir James and Rosie ma'am, they were standing there with open arms and smiles on their faces. That impression I can never forget the whole of my life. So, and then going to the classroom, Rosie ma'am takes a lesson and then asks us to do a comprehension. And believe you me, that time I didn't know the meaning of comprehension, what comprehension was. So it's a long journey from that time till this time. Edith ma'am, I can never forget her. She was such a dedicated teacher. She used to take us to this local drain, we called it Roy these days. So we used to be there. She used to take us there and teach us science. Like she used to show us how water hyacinths grow there. Even her classes, they were so interesting. She used to teach us about constellations, stars, planets, and most of us, we wanted to be astronauts, astronomers at that time. And I can never forget the first day Samarya Das walking into our class 2, second standard classroom. He was a young teacher at that time. And then he's here now, and he served here for decades. It is so commendable. I think we need a huge round of applause for Sir. Edith ma'am is not here, but we have to appreciate that. Then our late PT Sir, we used to call him PT Sir, Sir Joginder Singh. He was such a dedicated teacher. We used to run to the playfield to be with him. He used to teach us so much. I think anything about any sport, about any track and field event, he was the one to guide us and motivate us to participate in that. And then all those dance and drama preparations, Beena ma'am, Rosie ma'am, late Veena ma'am, they used to take so many pains, just washing our hair, curling our hair, doing our makeup. As small children, we used to just adore them. Even till date, we do that. And I can never forget the stage. It was on that side earlier. So our drama, like Shakespearean play, Merchant of Venice, we performed that. And then we made the sets. All the set was made, and there was so much enthusiasm in doing all this. And till date, we can never forget that. Rosaline ma'am, she's not here. Even she used to help in enacting all those Punjabi skits. And everybody was so fond of them. Even parents who used to come on the Parents' Day, they were always laughing on whatever she was putting up at the stage. So, and then our language teacher, Pradeep sir. So please bear with me because I have to take the names. We have so much, we have learned so much from them that we need to give them that kind of importance. So sir, he was such a good language teacher, Hindi, Punjabi. Otherwise people just get bored in these classes. But he used to teach in such an interesting way that till date we can't forget that also. Sir Charles, even before he used to enter the class, he had standing instructions that we have to be prepared with our pencils, pens and notebooks. So whenever he used to enter the class, he used to say, he start dictating words, difficult words, those confusing words. So that kind of caliber, those teachers, that time, we happened to study with them. We were lucky to study from them. Then Raizada ma'am, Joy sir. Raizada ma'am was such a good English teacher. Joy sir, Elsie ma'am, Johnny sir, Gautam sir, John Joy sirs, all of them. They gave us so much. They gave us so much, I just can't say. So even Sister Elizabeth, Sister Mary's not here. She was our principal for a long time. We need to bow before you. And Father Mathews, of course. He was always there for us. Always there for us. We could approach him anytime. We could go to him with any kind of suggestion, anything, whatever we felt. So this is my gratitude towards all my former teachers. And the list is so long, I can just go on and on for days. And we do discuss among ourselves, whenever we meet. The gratitude that we owe to this institution will take even longer to articulate. Instead, just share a few values that St. Francis has inculcated in us at an early stage. First and foremost, marks are not great. They are great, but they won't guarantee you success in life. There are certain things, there are life skills that you need to gain in this journey. So that is very important. We can start at home, start small. Respect your teachers, respect your parents. And then one very important thing that I think everyone should agree. That is break gender roles. Break past gender roles. That is the requirement of the society these days. We have to go past that. Instead of complaining about how life has handed you the short end of the stick. We have to make the change that we wish to see. It may not take 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, but we have to start somewhere. And we as responsible citizens have to do that. We can't wait for the governments to do things for us till the time we ourselves believe in ourselves and do it. We have to start. Be responsible. One thing more, school has been doing really well, I have heard from every quarters, in academics, in sports, in extracurricular activities over the years. Like my nephews, nieces, they've studied here and they have been talking very high of the school. But as a St. Franciscan, I have to make a few suggestions. I hope, Sister, Father, you won't mind. I won't call myself a former student without incorporating a few suggestions that any school in today's time and age needs to keep up with. For example, introducing life skills from primary classes, interactive sessions for practical knowledge, practical learning, and impactful learning. And finally, some trips to the local institutions. That is very important. Some children going to old age homes, children going to hospitals, police stations, just to see the working, going to slum areas like where people live, just to see, just so that the way those places impact on your hearts, you have to see how these people live and what you as responsible citizens can do for them. This is very important. So this is my only suggestion. And as we gather here to celebrate 50 years of the place we call our home, gratitude is foremost in my mind. School left an indelible mark on our minds, and I can say for all the students, all former students. And that explains why so many of us are here, decades after we walked out of the gates of this prestigious institution. Thank you for everything you have done for us. We are eternally grateful. Thank you. And we have a small token of our gratitude for our former teachers. So I'll just do that. Thank you.
With the presence of the alumni, we feel a sense of emotions in the air. Thank you for sharing your experience and valuable suggestions. We are always looking forward to such suggestions from our esteemed alumni.
काश फिर से वही तकदीर मिल जाए,
जिंदगी के वो सारे हंसी पल मिल जाएं।
बैठे आज फिर क्लास के उस लास्ट बेंच पर,
क्या पता शायद वो पुराने दोस्त मिल जाएं, क्या पता शायद वो पुराने दोस्त मिल जाएं।
We all can forget what we ate yesterday. Oh damn, where I kept my books.
But memories are the one which we cannot forget. Every single individual once a while walks down his memory lane to revisit his bygone days.
Even with the transitional changes evolving every day, each one of us has nostalgic memories of childhood tucked away in the scrapbook of our mind.
Those memories of laughing on the jokes which makes no sense and no tense,
eating lunch between the class and sitting always at the last,
and purposely disturbing the class to get everybody's attention.
So here are the students of St. Francis School who are going to present a choreography to recall all those golden days.
Annual function, preparation, examination, result, and farewell function.
To relive all those precious and pleasure-giving memories.
We hope that a small initiative will take you back to your golden days and will polish and repaint the canvas of your memories.
पकड़ के चला ममता के आंचल में पला तेरी उंगली पकड़ के चला ममता के आंचल में पला माँ ओ मेरी माँ
तू मेरा लाल Today is the day, it's the first day of school. So many new things to learn and do. I'm so excited but nervous too. But it will be okay on my first day of school.
कस के जूता कस के बेल्ट घोंस के अंदर अपनी शर्ट मंजिल को चली सवारी कंधों पे जिम्मेदारी हाथ में फाइल मन में दम मीलों मील चलेंगे हम हर मुश्किल से टकराएंगे टस से मस ना होंगे हम दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो दुनिया का नारा जमे रहो मंजिल का इशारा जमे रहो
Good morning, students. Are you ready for the annual function? Yes, ma'am. Let's see what you present. That was extremely funny. It was actually a lazy dance. My God. With each passing day, your exams are coming closer. So be ready for it.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਨਾਬ ਕਿੱਧਰੋਂ ਰਾਤ ਦੇ 8:30 ਵਜੇ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈ ਘਰੇ ਵੜਨ ਦਾ
ਸ਼ਾਕਾ ਤੋਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਜੇ
ਸ਼ੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਕੀਨ ਆ ਤੂੰ ਝੂਠ ਹੀ ਬੋਲਣ ਦਿਆ ਵਾ ਕੌਣ ਕੌਣ ਹੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ
ਤਰਨ ਸਮਰ ਤੇ ਬਤਿੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਰੇ
ਫੋਨ ਦੇ ਆਪਣਾ
ਫੋਨ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਘਰ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ
ਡੈਡੀ ਜੀ ਆ ਲਓ ਮੇਰਾ ਫੋਨ
ਸਾਰੀ ਫਸਾਦੀ ਜਾੜੀ ਤੂੰ ਆ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਪੜਦੀ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਿਆਪੇ 'ਚ ਪਾਣੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ
ਖਬਰਦਾਰ ਜੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਉਹਦਾ ਲਾਂਭਾ ਆਇਆ ਕਦੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੀਟੀ ਮੀਟ ਤੇ ਜਾਈਏ ਇਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਟੀਚਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਡੀਕਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਨੰਬਰ ਦੱਸ
95016 26091
ਹੈਲੋ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕੌਣ
ਮੈਂ ਸਹਿਜ ਦਾ ਫਾਦਰ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਸਹਿਜ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ
ਉਹ ਯਾਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਬੁੜੀ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ
ਉਹ ਯਾਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਉਹ ਫਸ ਨਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਓਏ ਚੱਲ ਐਂ ਕਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਰਾ ਕੇ ਵਾਸ਼ਰੂਮ ਗਿਆ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਅੰਕਲ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਵਾਸ਼ਰੂਮ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਪੜਨ ਦਿਆ ਸੀ
ਚੱਲ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਈ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ
ਕਰਾ ਵੀ ਦਵੀਂ ਚੇਤੇ ਨਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ
ਵੇਖ ਲਾ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਖਸ਼ਾਤ ਖਲੋਤਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਾਥਰੂਮ ਗਿਆ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਵਾ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਦੱਸ
98 152 46092
ਹੈਲੋ
ਹੈਲੋ
ਸਹਿਜ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੌਣ
ਮੈਂ ਸਹਿਜ ਦਾ ਫਾਦਰ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਸਹਿਜ
ਉਹ ਅੰਕਲ ਜੀ ਪੈਰੀ ਪੈਣਾ
ਪੈਰੀ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਪੈ ਲਈ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸ ਸਹਿਜ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ
ਉਹ ਅੰਕਲ ਜੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਨਾ ਬਾਈਕ ਦਾ ਪੈਟਰੋਲ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਿਆ ਰੇੜ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ
ਚੱਲ ਠੀਕ ਆ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਜਨਾਬ ਹੁਣੀ ਬੁਲਟ ਦੇ ਪਟਾਕੇ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੇਲ ਮੁੱਕ ਗਿਆ ਰੇੜ ਕੇ ਹੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਲਿਖਾ ਲਾ ਜੇ ਪੇਪਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਯਾਰ ਕੀ ਪਾਸ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਂ ਵਟਾ ਦੀ
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਏ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਸਵੇਰ ਦਾ ਭੁੱਖਾ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਗਿਆ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੁਝ ਖਾਦਾ ਵੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ
ਖਾ ਤੇ ਲਈਆਂ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੀ ਖਾਣਾ
ਤੇਰਾ ਹੀ ਵਿਗਾੜਿਆ ਵਾ
ਪੈਸੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਣੀ ਆ ਬੁਲਟ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ
ਬੁਲਟ ਮੈਂ ਗੇੜੀਆਂ ਮਾਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜੱਜ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਇਹਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਸੁਣ ਲਓ ਇਹਨੇ ਫੇਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਯਾਰ ਕੀ
ਮੇਰਾ ਪੁੱਤ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਜੱਜ ਬਣੂ। ਆ ਜਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਖਵਾਵਾਂ।
ऐसा याराना याद करेगी दुनिया तेरा मेरा अफसाना तेरे।
ਹੈਲੋ ਯਾਰ, ਕਿੱਦਾਂ? ਕੱਲ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ। ਕਿੰਨਾ
ਯਾਰ
ਕਰ ਲਿਆ
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ
ਤੂੰ?
ਕੀ ਦੱਸਾਂ, ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੈਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖੁਦ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦਿਆ ਸੀ। ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਬੰਦ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਾਹਰੁਖ ਦੀ ਮੂਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਈ। ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਫੇਵਰਟ ਐਕਟਰ ਆ। ਉਹਦੀ ਮੂਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਦੀ ਮਿਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ।
ਚਲ ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਲਗਾ ਲੈਣੀ ਆ।
ਹਾਂ ਤੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਫਿਰ। ਹਾਏ ਰੱਬਾ, ਹੱਦ ਆ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੀ। ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਕਦੀ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਾ, ਕਦੀ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਾ। ਫਸਟ ਆਨ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਹਨੇ ਠੇਕਾ ਹੀ ਲਿਆ। ਆਪਣੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਦੱਸਾਂ?
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਇਹਨੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਣਾ। ਕੋਈ ਨਾ, ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਲਈ। ਸੁਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਲਗਾ ਲੈਣੀ ਆ। ਹੈਲੋ ਸੁਪ੍ਰੀਤ।
हेलो,
ਕਿੱਦਾਂ, ਕੀ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ?
I was having मटरा वाले चावल and गाजर का हलवा. You know, it's so yummy.
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਗਾਜਰ ਦੇ ਹਲਵੇ ਦੀ ਪਈ ਆ, ਇੱਧਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਹਲਵਾ ਬਣਿਆ ਪਿਆ ਵਾ।
क्यों, की गल हुई?
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਾ ਕੱਲ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮ ਆ। ਯਾਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਟੈਨਸ਼ਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ। ਉੱਪਰੋਂ ਆਰਗੈਨਿਕ ਕੈਮਿਸਟਰੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਅਸਲੋਂ ਪੱਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਣ ਦਿਆ। ਸਮਝਾ ਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਰਿਗਾਰਡਿੰਗ ਕੁਛ।
Oh my God, यार वो चैप्टर तो मैं भी नहीं कीता। वो इन्ना इंपॉर्टेंट ही नहीं, मैं छੱਡ ही ਦਿੱਤਾ।
ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਛੱਡ ਦਾਂ?
हाँ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ।
ਚਲ ਠੀਕ ਆ, ਦੇਖਦੀ ਆ।
ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਸੀ। ਮੈਕਸਿਮਮ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਆਣੇ ਸੀ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ। ਕਰਦੀ ਰਹੇ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਕਰਨਾ। ਆਈ ਵੱਡੀ ਟੌਪਰ।
ਇਹਨੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ। ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਦਾ। ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ।
जैसे सर की बज जाए ना सीटी तब तक मार रट्टा मार हो पटक पटक के सर गिरा दे नॉलेज की दीवार रट्टा मार रट्टा मार।
आज इम्तिहान है, इम्तिहान है, आज इम्तिहान है।
आज पढ़े जाणगे नी सारे पढ़े जाणगे सब पढ़े जाणगे नी सब पढ़े आज पढ़े जाणगे नी सारे पढ़े जाणगे सब पढ़े जाणगे नी सब पढ़े जाणगे।
Good afternoon, students. I hope you all have done well in your exams. Your board results will be announced at 3 p.m. Be ready for it. All the best.
थे लोग जो काबिल नहीं है तू, देंगे वही सलामियाँ। दिल थाम के जहाँ देखेगा एक दिन तेरी भी कामयाबियाँ। करके दिखा कमाल वो, आके ज़मीं पे दे के जाए आसमां। शाबाशियाँ, 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 शाबाशियाँ।
हम रहे या ना रहे कल कल याद आएंगे ये पल पल। ये है प्यार के पल। चल आ मेरे संग चल।
कुछ तो अलग था वहाँ, कुछ तो घर जैसा था वहाँ। वहाँ अनजानों से भी एक अजीब सा रिश्ता था। जगह ही कुछ ऐसी थी, वो जगह जहाँ हमने किताबों से ज़्यादा अपनी गलतियों से सीखा। दुनिया की बड़ी बड़ी खुशियाँ छोटे छोटे पलों में समाई थी। टीचर का ना आना हमें खुश कर देता और एक सब्स्टिट्यूशन पीरियड हमारे दिन के अच्छे जाने की उम्मीद भी हुआ करता था। हर दिन ही कुछ नया सीखने को मिलता और रोज़ नई यादों के साथ घर लौटते। टीचर की उस डांट में भी एक अलग ही ममता थी। क्या कमाल के दिन थे वो। टिपी टिपी टॉप से ट्रुथ एंड डेयर खेलते खेलते ना जाने कब बड़े हो गए, पता ही नहीं चला। बर्फ़ पानी से क्रिकेट तक का फासला उसी मैदान में तय किया। वहीं असेंबली में खड़े होकर सड़ती धूप में एक्सरसाइज करते और उसी बहाने उन दोस्तों से भी मुलाकात कर पाते जिन्हें अलग अलग सेक्शंस में बांट दिया था। तब कागज़ लिखने से ज़्यादा उड़ाने के लिए इस्तेमाल करते थे और सोचते थे कि उसी का हवाई जहाज़ बनाकर एक दिन लंबी सी उड़ान भरेंगे।
चलती क्लास में चिप्स का पैकेट खुलते ही बच जाता था और 10 बातें इधर की उधर भी हो जाती थी। टीचर के आकर घूरने पर कहाँ ही कोई फ़र्क पड़ता था। क्लास के बाहर खड़े होकर अपने दोस्तों से बतियाना, चौक मांगना, डस्टर मांगना और उनको लौटाने से पहले ही उनका खो जाना। आधे से ज़्यादा पेन तो हमने पेन फाइट में ही खो दिए थे। बेंचेस पे अलजेब्रा और सरफेस एरिया के फॉर्मूलाज तो आज भी लिखे हुए हैं। टिफ़िन तो तब खुलने से पहले ही ख़त्म हो जाता था। पेट तो मानो मस्ती से ही भर जाता था।
होली की छुट्टियों से पहले ही रंग बिखेर दिए जाते थे और चुपचाप तो दिवाली के पटाखे भी चला लिए जाते थे। तब बस का 1 घंटे का सफ़र कैसे गुजर जाता था पता ही नहीं चलता था। एग्ज़ाम्स में भी टॉपर के पीछे बैठने का भी कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होता था, क्योंकि मैंने नहीं पढ़ा बोलकर अपना ही दोस्त टॉप मार जाता था। जन्मदिन भी तब एक सबसे बड़ा त्यौहार लगता था कि जब अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड को स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट देकर सबसे ज़्यादा टॉफ़ी उसके हाथ थमा देते और सारे स्कूल में घूमकर इसे खूब मनाते।
तब हम अक्सर सोचते थे कि कब यहाँ से बाहर निकलेंगे, कब पीछा छूटेगा यहाँ से। लेकिन तब ये नहीं पता था कि ज़िंदगी के सबसे हसीन पल हम यहीं छोड़ के जाने वाले थे। स्कूल की वो शर्ट जो मुझे पहनना बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं थी, उस दिन की निशानी बन गई, क्योंकि हज़ारों कहानियाँ लिख दी थी उस शर्ट पे उन चंद लोगों ने। लोग तो चंद थे, पर कहानियाँ इतनी लंबी कि शर्ट पे जगह कम पड़ गई। उस दिन जो फ़ोटो खिंचवाई हमने, उसमें खुश थे हम सब, लेकिन इस बात से अनजान भी कि उस बेफिक्र हंसी से हमारा हक जाने वाला था।
जब फेयरवेल का दिन आया तब तो मानो ख्वाबों और अरमानों के ढेर लग गए थे। सब चमक रहे थे अपने अपने अंदाज में। उस दिन तो दुश्मन से भी हाथ मिला लिया था। जो टीचर बिल्कुल अच्छी नहीं लगती थी उसका भी आशीर्वाद लिया था। सोचा था कि मिल लेंगे 10 साल बाद, मगर ना जाने कितने साल बीत गए, मुलाकात ही नहीं हो पाई। उस दिन तो टीचर्स के साथ मिलकर खूब ठहाके लगाए थे, कई सपने गिने थे, कई वादे करे थे, ढोल की बीट पे जम के नाचे थे। वो घंटे हम शायद ही भूल पाएंगे। काश स्कूल कभी ख़त्म ही ना होता। आखिरी कुछ लम्हे जिन्हें मैं बिताना चाहती थी, पर आंसू झलक रहे थे। उन दोस्तों से विदा ले रही थी। वैसे दोस्त फिर कभी ना मिले। जो दोस्ती इन टीचर्स ने सिखाई थी वो मैं किसी और में ना ढूंढ पाई। कहीं ना कहीं वो यादें हैं जो मुस्कुरा देती हैं और 13 साल की कहानी का एक एक पन्ना दिखला देती हैं। हाँ, वो यादें जो मुस्कुरा देती हैं और 13 साल की कहानी का एक एक पन्ना दिखला देती हैं।
I know you go on far across the distance and spaces between us. You have come to show you go on near, far, wherever
I hope you have revived and relived your school days through this wonderful act. Let us now welcome the man who does not need any introduction and known among all of us for his wisdom and his knowledge, our honorable chief guest, Mr. Munish Kumar, the man of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and inspiration to all of us. I would like to request respected sir to please come onto the stage and say a few words.
Honorable Director of this St. Francis Institution, ex-Director, Honorable Principal, ex-Principals, the esteemed faculty, and all the alumni who have gathered here. I can understand that this is a very momentous occasion for all of you, and maybe some of you would be meeting after you've left the school and you're meeting for the first time. So that is an amazing feeling. I'm very thankful to the director that he called me. I myself am an alumni of St. Edward's School, Shimla. So I've got a soft corner for convent schools. And I'm a big fan of the great education which they are imparting. And the diction, the confidence, and the various items which the students have presented goes a lot in telling us how much the faculty has worked hard toward grooming them for a better personality. And I will not take much of your time because I'm sure you would like to catch up and talk amongst yourself. So I'm again very, very thankful to you for calling me for this momentous occasion. Jai Hind.
I would like to invite Reverend Father Mathew and Reverend Sister Lismi to come onto the stage to honor our honorable chief guest. Reverend Father and Reverend Sister Principal presenting our honorable chief guest with a memento as an expression of our gratitude and inexplicable bond we have forged with him. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Sister. Now, I request Reverend Father Mathew, the director of the school, to address the audience.
Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Thankfulness may consist merely of words. Gratitude is shown in acts. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Munish Kumar, IAS, Deputy Commissioner Taran, respected fathers, sisters, teachers, and my dear members of Alumni. I am immensely pleased to see this beautiful gathering and would like to thank everyone who made this day possible. First of all, I thank God the Almighty for this beautiful day and all His blessings upon us. Allow me to render hearty appreciations to all those who have taken initiatives for organizing this memorable day and the presents made today. Dear members of Alumni, all your teachers, non-teaching staff, and students of St. Francis School join together to wish you a grand and great time today and all other days to come. To inspire is great, and to be an inspiration is incredible. We are highly privileged to have the presence of respected Sir Mr. Munish Kumar IAS, the Deputy Commissioner of Taran, as the chief guest of the day. Dear Sir, your presence doubles our joy in the truest sense. Your words guide and lead us. Your presence support and encourage us, as you are also an alumni of a convent school. On this occasion, I am extremely grateful to you, dear sir. In the name of all present here, I extend my sincere thanks. Dear friends, you are all well aware the school life is very special to everyone. The members of alumni sitting here have spent their memorable time in this campus for many years. I do not take the privilege in believing that you had here the best of your time, but I am sure you may not ever forget the time that you spent here in your life. Those years that you spent here made your teachers proud by being very passionate students and also flourishing yourself to your full potential. Those times were equally passionate to your teachers too. You made your teachers proud by grooming us responsible citizens, capable of assuming leadership wherever you go. You made your teachers proud by living up to the vision of this school. You made your teachers proud by being empowered to empower the society. You made your teachers proud by touching the lives of many people in the society and in your work in place and making a difference in their life. Your accomplishment today give more energy and synergy to this school. As you know, the St. Francis School as a sapling was planted in Mission Compound Taran in 1973 with 15 students on roll, and in 1983 the first batch of 8 students passed out in flying colors. And today, the school becomes a reputed and much sought after institution for the kids. Over the years, the students have won name and fame for the school. We strongly believe it is not the years in life that counts, but the life in years. Growth is evidence of life. Growth of the students is the life of the school. Thus, the school is extremely delighted to see the different faces that gave her a name and life. True indeed, a mother feels happy to see the return of her children. Thus, today the school is fortunate to have your presence. On this day, we are blessed with your presence, with the presence of all of you. The flower that smells the sweetest is lovely. We are greatly honored by your presence. We appreciate your generosity, and this is our privilege to thank you. In the name of everyone here, I extend sincere thanks, dear members of Alumni. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. I gratefully and very specially remember our founder father, Bishop Symphorian Keeprath, all the bishops, former directors, principals, vice principals, management, and all the teaching staff who helped you to form and shape our alumni. Reverend Father Mathew, the founding principal, all the chairmen of the Education Board of Jalandhar Diocese, all the teaching and non-teaching staff who helped you to be who you are. I also thank Reverend Sister Principal, and all the sisters, all respected teachers and non-teaching staff who are the moving factors behind everything, especially today. Your untiring spirit initiates, guides, and motivates. Special thanks to each and every one of you. I thank the students of different classes for working together under the guidance of the teachers to make this gathering possible and colorful. I thank all those who work behind the curtain, the light and sound, the tent, the catering department, and all those who have contributed for this day. Once again, I thank especially the Bhartana Bhavan TV and all the media people. Once again, I thank every St. Francis member of Alumni. This day is made for you and by you. Your interest, love, and feeling for the alma mater are witnessed today. This was a medium to meet, to reconnect, to reminisce, and to relive. Stay connected. Connect today to transform tomorrow. It is our wish for you. I would be glad if you would interact once again with your teachers and reconnect, get once again to your classrooms and relive your memories and see the added facilities. With a hope to meet again, to join together again, and to work together for the good of the society. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Father, for your precious words.
The mood has taken a sophisticated note.
Now it's time for some fun, frolic, masti and maza.
ਨੱਚ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਕੀਨ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਉੜਦੀ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਵੀ ਮੱਥੇ ਚੁੰਮੇ ਹੱਸ ਕੇ
ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੋਂ ਚੋਬਰਾ ਸਵਾਇਆ ਕੁੜਤਾ ਵੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ
ਗਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਂਠੇ ਕੰਨੀ ਮੁੰਦਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਡੌਲਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਤਵੀਤ ਕੱਸ ਕੇ
ਚੰਨ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਬਈ ਪਾਉਣ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਅਸ਼ਕੇ ਚੰਨ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਬਈ ਪਾਉਣ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਅਸ਼ਕੇ ਲੋ ਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਸਿੱਧ ਲੋਕ ਨਾਚ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ
ਬੜੇ ਚੇਤੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਯਾਰ ਅਣਮੁੱਲੇ ਹਵਾ ਦੇ ਬੁੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਡਰਨਾ ਤੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੇਖੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨੱਚਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੰਗ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਕੌਣ ਕੌਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰਕਮਸਟੈਂਸ ਵੇਖੀ ਇਹੋ ਜੇ ਬਣਾ ਦੂੰ ਵੇਖੀ ਪੁੱਠੀ ਮੈਂ ਵਗਾ ਦੂੰ ਕੁੜੇ ਕੌਣ ਵੇਖੀ ਨੀਂਦਰਾ ਦੀ ਵਾਈਬ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਆ ਹਾਈਪ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਬੈਠੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਯਾਰ ਜੱਟ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਕਪੱਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਜੱਟ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਆਏ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਗੋਰੀ ਗਰਦਨ ਤੇਰੀ ਆਸਰਾਹੀ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਨੀ ਮਰ ਜਾਣੀਏ ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰਨ ਤਬਾਹੀ ਬਣ ਗਈ ਨੀ ਜਰੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੀ ਮੈਥੋਂ ਜੋ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਟਲ ਜਾਣੀ ਹਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਟੈਂਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੀ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਵੀਰ ਕਾਨੇ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕਾਇਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੱਟ ਰੈਡੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਵੀਰ ਕਾਨੇ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕਾਇਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੱਟ ਰੈਡੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨੀ ਫੇਰ ਸੈਲਫੀ ਵੀ ਖਿੱਚ ਲਵੀਂ ਬੱਲੀਏ ਨੀ ਹੋ ਚੱਜ ਨਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਲੈਣ ਦੇ ਆ ਖੜ ਯਾਰ ਕਾਨੇ ਆ ਖੜ ਯਾਰ ਕਾਨੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਸ਼ੌਂਕੀ ਜੱਟ ਨੂੰ ਨੀ ਹੱਥ ਮੁੱਛਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਵਾਰ ਲੈਣ ਦੇ ਆ ਖੜ ਯਾਰ ਕਾਨੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਸ਼ੌਂਕੀ ਜੱਟ ਨੂੰ ਨੀ ਹੱਥ ਮੁੱਛਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਵਾਰ ਲੈਣ ਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਵੀਰ ਕਾਨੇ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕਾਇਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਨੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੱਟ ਰੈਡੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ
ਅਗਲਾਵਾਂ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਣ ਜਾਣ ਦੀ ਪਸੂੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਹਿਰ ਬਣੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਪੀ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਆਣਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਦਿਲ ਬਾਗ ਬਾਗ ਮੇਰਾ ਟਕਰਾਇਆ ਕਾਗਾ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਦੱਸ ਜਾਵੇ ਪਾਵਾਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਦੀ ਚੂਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਰਾਵਾਂ ਚ ਬਾਵਾਂ ਚ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੁਕਾਵਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਰੋਕੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਢੋਲ ਜੁਦਾਈਆਂ ਦੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਖਬਰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਹੋਵੇ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਦਿਲ ਤੇਰਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ
ਸ਼ੌਕੀਨ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਉੱਡਦੀ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਵੇ ਮੱਥੇ ਚੁੰਮੇ ਹੱਸ ਕੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰੋਂ ਚੋਬਰਾ ਸਵਾਇਆ ਕੁੜਤਾ ਵੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਗਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਂਠੇ ਕੰਨੀ ਮੁੰਦਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਡੋਲੇ ਤੇ ਤਵੀਤ ਕੱਸ ਕੇ ਚੰਨ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਬਈ ਪਾਉਣ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਤੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਆਸ਼ਕੇ ਚੰਨ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਬਈ ਪਾਉਣ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਤੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਆਸ਼ਕੇ कैंडल लाइट नेरा में वादे करके सुने सुने चन्ना तेरे कैंडल लाइट नेरा में वादे करके सुने सुने चन्ना तेरे लारे मर गए हाँ गिराउण लई बड़े पानी भरे तू ना अज कल साडे नेड़े तेरे खड़े तू वे
What an energetic dance performance. Now let's welcome Reverend Father Mathew Kokandam, the first principal of the school from the year 1973 to 1980 and the first director of the school from the year 1980 to 1984. His dedication to St. Francis School is unparalleled. He is a true blessing for us. His missionary zeal brought him to Taran to serve the community during hard times of terrorism. Because of his vision, his wisdom, his tireless efforts, rather his passion for the establishment of this institute, we all are here today. The seed which Father Mathew Kokandam sowed in 1973 has grown into a very tall tree and proving fruitful to the society. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Reverend Father Mathew Kokandam with a big round of applause.
My dear alumni friends, members of the staff, and also the alumni teachers of that time, those years. Let me first of all apologize for the delay. I had to conduct a funeral service for one of our sisters on the Majida Road convent, expired 2 days back. Today was her funeral. I had to go for that. I did that, then I came here. So sorry for that. You waited for me. Thank you for waiting for me, and I apologize for the delay. The early days events of the school have been already reminded us by Mom Harleen and Father Mathew also. And I need not add anything to it. Everything that was taking place, happening those days, have been explained here, reminded us all. But one thing I want to tell, the place where you are sitting, that nobody mentioned about it, there was a flood in 1986. And in this place ground, there were 4 feet water. And the school had to be closed down for a few days till the water receded and reopened again. That was an incident that took place in 1986. Otherwise, whatever I said, the teachers, I can remember all the students. By face, I cannot remember because they are already changed. Unless myself, I am not, I remain as I am. Many people tell me about it. You remain as you were years back. And they say that, Father, you are becoming younger and younger. That also, I don't know how far it is, God knows. And I thank all the teachers, all the students of that time. Now they are in different states of life, in different places, different parts of the country, outside the country, in different countries and so on. And I was very happy, as for Mathew mentioned here, it was an occasion for you to come together and see to each other. That mixing was, relationship was stopped since almost 40 years back. And now most of you have come, as mentioned here, might have come for first time here thereafter, after leaving the school, maybe first time coming here. And you see lot of changes here. The school is progressing, developing. Infrastructure is very satisfactorily there. And students' numbers are increasing. Result also good, result coming out every year. So it's all because of the foundation that was laid by you students. Now you are not students, I call you friends, alumni friends. I appreciate all of you. Though I had been different schools, started many schools in different places, but you students of that time remains in my mind. So grateful, so concerned and caring. That is what we were trying to give to each one of you. Our relationship was based on friendship, caring, love, and so on. That is the reason we remember each other. Just 2-3 years back, a few of you came to me in Amritsar when I was there in Amritsar St. Francis School. Came to me, and I was extremely pleased to meet them. After many years, after leaving the school, after I am myself transferred from here, meeting the first time. And thereafter, today I have seen so many faces here. So it is a reminder of the late 70s, early 70s, late 70s, and so on, that we are reminded of what you had been to school, what we had been to you. We, at that time, that was 73, school was, there was no school around here. For your information, this was the third school started by the Diocese of Jalandhar at that time. First school was Assumption Convent School, Abor. Second was St. Joseph Boys School, Defence Colony. Third was this St. Francis School, Amritsar. Thereafter, Pagwada School started St. Joseph. Thereafter, Christ King School, Convent School at Kapurthala. These are the 5 schools started in 70s. This was the third school of the diocese. And I am very grateful to all of you to see you. I didn't expect so many people, so many were to come here. I heard most of you somewhere outside country, in England, Germany, America, and so on. And here in India also, serving in different places, different services. I congratulate all of you and pray for you, because it is God who is taking us ahead of us. We need God's intervention in our life. Without God's intervention, His support, strength, and blessing, we cannot be what we are. We can be. It's God who decides how we should be serviceable to society and service to the state or the country as a whole. So I pray all of you for the good works you are doing wherever you are, which state of life you are here. Maybe doctors, maybe IAS officers, I don't know if there is anybody, or civil officers, and so on. Be happy in serving the people and the society and the country with God's help and support. And let us remember each other again for the coming years in prayer. We pray for each other that God may take care of you and us also, that we may become useful instruments in God's hand towards educating the future generation of the country. In today's world, I need to tell you that you have seen that first, what you call act, like, how the students behave. Today's time, you are all parents now. Your kids may be studying here, or maybe already finished their studies here. But to control the students, to keep them under our care and guidance, it is not that easy. You need to have a love and concern towards them, caring them, and that would enable. These days, as you know that now, punishing students will not work. It's against the law also. And with love and care, we can bring them on the path they should follow. So I wish you all the best. May God bless you, guide you, inspire and strengthen you to be useful people for the country, for the society, for the country as a whole. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
So heartfelt thanks to Reverend Father Mathew Kukandam for his support and encouraging words and all that you have done for the school. Reverend Father, please remain on the stage. Now I request Reverend Father Mathew, the director of our school, to present Reverend Father Mathew Kukandam a token of remembrance. The students of the first batch, please come up on the stage. Now I request the students of the first batch also to please come up on the stage.
It's really a great time to honor our first batch. Really, we can see the senior most of us, and they have taken literally a very big deal of interest in the alumni, and they will just catch up with us from the last 6 months, every time for every kind of help, whether it's a photograph, whether it's their designation, anything or anything we want from them from the last few decades, they are always there ready with us to help. So you can see the faces, it just look, maybe the age is there, but the smile is still like a childhood.
All the ex-students, those who have studied here since 1973 to 1984, please come up on the stage. During the tenure of Reverend Father Mathew Kukundam, those who have studied here, please come up on the stage to receive a token of remembrance.
Mr. Gurbinder Singh Gill, Mrs. Ina Tur, Mrs. Harleen Sandhu, Mr. Kavardeep, Mrs. Meenu, Mrs. Kavita Sharma, Mr. Davjeet Singh, Mr. Manish Arora, Dr. Madhvi Vasist. You are cordially invited on the stage to have the piece of love, a token of love from your school, which will keep you remembering many more memories of the last few decades. Must be in their mind, चलो फिर से बचपन में जाते हैं, सबको अपनी धुन पे फिर से नचाते हैं, साथ हंसते हैं, थोड़ा खिलखिलाते हैं, जो खो गया है बेफिक्री में उसे ढूंढ कर लाते हैं, चलो फिर से बचपन में जाते हैं, चलो फिर से सेंट फ्रांसिस के आंगन में जाते हैं. Give them a big round of applause as they have made lot of contribution towards the success of this alumni. The first call was for the batch 1973 to batch 1984. So we are very glad to see you all. So for the long we have waited that we will be seeing our super seniors here, and we will be just cherishing the moment we have blessed by the God. Thank you, the first batch. Really, it's a wonderful to be here. Mr. Manmohan Singh from 1994, Mrs. Sarpia,
Now I request Reverend Father Mathew, the director of the school, to present a token of love and remembrance to Reverend Father Mathew Kukundam, the first principal and the first director of the school.
Now, let us welcome Reverend Sister Elizabeth, the first among the sisters to adorn the chair of the principal of St. Francis School, Taran. She was appointed as principal of the school in 1981. It was a time when militancy in Punjab started to raise its ugly head. But with her sense of dedication and her tireless efforts, she managed to scale high standards of education. She worked with great zeal to brighten the future of many youngsters who entered the portals of this temple of knowledge. Now let us welcome Reverend Sister Elizabeth with a big round of applause.
Dear Reverend Father Mathew, the first director and principal of the school, and Reverend Father Mathew, the present director, and Sister Lismi, the principal, Reverend Sister Rosemary, our provincial superior and former principal of the school, and ladies and gentlemen, I could call like that because you are not students now, but great personalities I see before me sitting and well respected and posted, holding posts in different important posts in society. So you are the invited guest of today. This recently I could attend the 2 alumni meetings in our other schools last year. But one thing difference I have noticed here is their parents, the teachers are also called here. Usually alumni gatherings, the former students gathered, but this is a special thing. Teachers are also called. That gives much attraction, and we are really delighted in that. And I appreciate this generous step Father Mathew and Sister Lismi has taken. So it's very much grateful to you for the same. So though you are great personalities, we consider you as our students, and this school is always your Atma Mother, because in the schools you spent more than 13 years, that a long time in the schools. Later you may be studying in colleges, few years like that, in different colleges. Alumni are the former students. Alumni association meetings are gatherings of pass-out students of an institution. It is a place where the institution feels proud on seeing its successful alumni. Here they share their experiences in the outside world, which they experience after stepping out from the school. So they come together to bond with the institute and relive their memories as you do today. This kind of gatherings brings the memories back and cherishes them. It strengthens the life bonds with the school, relationship with everyone. How can we form a successful alumni association in schools or colleges? First of all, we have to start by steps. It can be a group meeting informally, and all the students, former students may meet formally in groups, and it can be a beginning. They often communicate each other and sharing their views. Then slowly this group can get organized. They prepare bylaws and conduct follow-up meetings and so on. And they later finance the association, and alumni association can be formed in schools. That is of course a great help for the society, for the school, and for the present students. Alumni association and their gatherings are to provide a platform to foster and encourage and build the sense of belonging among the members, with the present students, with the staff, and the whole school, entire school or college. Alumni are the great models for the current students and are often well placed to offer practical support to students as they start their career. They can even organize social events, publish newsletters or magazines, and raise funds for organization, etc. We can say alumni are the most supporters of the institution. They are the international ambassadors for the school or the college, we can say. They are the ones who put the resources, human resources as well as material resources together for the well-being of the society. The most important benefit of alumni association is it gives the opportunities to connect with the former classmates. It gives up-to-date information about the school or college. It helps to keep up the relation with the teachers, the management, and builds relationship with the community and leads to socializing. So you are here in appropriate time, the golden jubilee of our school. So it's a time we can begin with, for it can be a proper beginning to plan for future or organize a joint effort to do something good, something great. Individuals alone may not be able to do much, but we join together, we can do greater things for the benefit of the society as well as for your Atma Mother. It will be a great for the coming generation. It will be a great help for the coming generation. So we can do much. We can think about it. The former students, those who are sitting here, you can think about it and can start a proper alumni association so that you may stand up to help the society here, especially in Taran. It's only my suggestion in the way of school authorities has to work it out. With much joy and happiness, I wish you all the best. Really, I am delighted to see this gathering over here. Many old faces we could see and share our views to renew our relationship. So I thank Reverend Father Mathew and Sister Lismi to call me here to join with this meeting. And I wish all the best to our alumni, all the former students in whatever endeavor they are doing. Let God bless them and give them success in their life, and they will be God will keep them safe and sound so as to go forward and do much for their future generation especially, and for the society over here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Sister, for sharing your valuable words. Please remain on the stage to give away the mementos to the ex-students.
May I take this opportunity to kindly invite Director of the school, Reverend Father Mathew, and the principal of the school, Sister Lismi, to be on the stage. So please do an honor to honor the students, the gems of our school. So kindly accompany Sister Elizabeth in doing that. Reverend Father Mathew. And the next lot of batch is from 1985 to 1988. So the names are Mr. Sonu Babbar, Mrs. Tarunjit Kaur, Mrs. Kavita Sibbal, Mr. Ravinderjeet Singh, Mr. Anil Gupta, Mrs. Vandana Sood, Mr. Gaurav Raijada, Mrs. Poonam Dhaliwal, Mr. Harmeet Singh. Kindly please come on the stage as we are waiting for your presence here on the stage. It is a great day for our seniors as they have got a second chance to be on the stage, and like that when we are honoring them, it becomes a blessings of the next level. The feelings are great, the aspirations are high today, as coming back to the school after so many years gives a real power to the life. Yes, we did something great after leaving the school, and that too because of our teachers, because of our management, and the backbone which the Saint Francis has given to us is countless, is the strength which has allowed us to stand straight today in front of the gathering. Give them a big round of applause.
May I now request Reverend Father Mathew, the director of the school, and Reverend Sister Lismi to honor Reverend Sister Elizabeth. This memento expresses our gratitude and admiration for all you have done to make this school a leading institution in Taran. Expressing our gratitude and admiration for Reverend Sister Elizabeth, the First Lady Principal of St. Francis School, Taran. Thank you, Father, and thank you, sisters.
I feel privileged to take this opportunity to call upon the stage the distinguished member of the staff, the guiding star for the students, a matchless teacher, a true mentor, the legend of the school, Sir Maryadas, to please come and grace the stage with his benign presence. I request you all to give him a thunderous round of applause. He is an inspiration for all of us. He has taught 2 generations and served the school for 45 years. Let's welcome on the stage Sir Maryadas.
Reverend Monsignor Mathew Kokandam, respected teachers, members of the alumni, and my dear friends. Since this is alumni meet and I was requested to share my memories with you all, my thoughts run back to the early years of St. Francis School. The school was started in 1973 and I arrived here in Punjab in 1974. And I found here in Taran a small dedicated community of teachers. We were about 10 of us. And most of these students who came on the stage, they were all studying in classes like first, second, or lower still, because we had classes only up to second standard. When I joined, I was made the class teacher of first standard. And of course, later on, it all changed. But at that time, the atmosphere was completely different. Since it was a small community and the early stages of my career, in the school, most of the teachers were not much experienced, but quite qualified and capable. We all worked together as one community, as one family. And every function in the school was like our family affair. Perhaps some of you remember, example, annual school sports. The first sports day we had in that old school in Mission Compound. There must have been about 15 to 20 students. And all the teachers worked together to make that day a success. So was the case with the annual function that was also held in that old school. And all the teachers came together, and for several days we had to train the students. And all the teachers were in charge of all the items. So that is how we worked together. And what I remember very much is that we all worked like a family. It was a family affair. And there was no formality as such. And we had one very good feedback at that time. And that is the parents. The parents kept on encouraging us. They kept on encouraging us, and that is the reason why all of us could do more and more each time. It was a time when Father Mathew, we all know him as Father Mathew. Today also many said that he himself, I think, likes it. I don't know whether he likes it or not. Whatever it is, today he is a Monsignor, a level between a priest and a bishop. And he has reached that level because of his very distinct qualification. That qualification is something which I have seen in the early years of his priesthood. This is one of the early places, Taran, the early places after his ordination he came here. He is a very dedicated priest, very sincere. He did not care much for his own self. He was a selfless worker. I remember at that time, priests did not have cars. Priests had only motorcycles. And he was in charge of a very vast area at that time when we did not have Taran district. It was Amritsar district. And he was in charge of places as far away as Pakistan border. The villages like Madimega, Valtoa, Gadiala, and so on. And I was new to Punjab. I did not know the language. I like to meet people. So I decided to accompany him. He used to take me to all those places. I like to see all those places. And of course, I wanted to learn Punjabi also, but it was a very tough thing for me. And I was concentrating more on my schoolwork. Father Mathew was very kind to all people. He was kind to me as well. And in this esteemed community, I made it a decision to come and talk about it. I want to talk to you about the kind of kindness he showed to me. I don't think he himself remembers that. But when I start talking, he might remember. Around the year 1979, he shifted his residence from Mission Compound to this place. That is this premises in Jodhpur. That is the time when we, that is my wife and myself, we approached him and made a request. Please give us permission to stay in that residence which you have just vacated. He said yes. That was a very big blessing for us. I stayed in that place for more than 4 decades and paid no rent. If not for that kindness, I would not have been here today. For that, Monsignor Mathew Kokandam, I am very grateful to you for that. Because it has indirectly been a blessing for you all. Because I worked in this school, I had this opportunity. If I had not got that residence, probably I would have gone back to South India. I decided to stay back. By the year 1990, all the classes were shifted to this new building. Not this building, that other one that has been raised to the ground. All the classes were shifted here, and so no more classes functioned there in Mission Compound. And I saw a sudden change in school activities in this school. There was a sudden spurt of school activities here. For example, for the first time, because of the efforts of one teacher, that is Mr. Gerald Jacob, I think some of you know him. He is the one who brought out the first school magazine called The Souvenir. Not only that, it was at that time when Sister Elizabeth was the principal. In the school, English Literary Association was founded. Do you all remember what I am saying, the old students? You all remember? Okay, then I'll proceed. English Literary Association was founded at that time, and this association took upon itself the responsibility of conducting various other cultural, educational activities. And at that time, I was very much interested in starting quiz contests. And it became very popular in the school. This quiz contest was generally for history and geography. That was easy for me. But then later on there was a demand to include other subjects as well. So we also included science, maths and English. And so we used to have quiz contests more often each year. But then the great boost for quiz contest came when two of our students took part in Bonvita quiz contest. All because of the blessings of Sister Elizabeth. It is she who wanted that the two students, bright students of the school at that time, that is Ranjot Dhaliwal and Asim Chibar, these two boys were very intelligent. They were chosen and they went and took part in the Bonvita quiz contest. Perhaps you remember that person, Mr. Derek. He is the one who used to conduct quiz contest, Bonvita quiz contest. So these two boys took part in that quiz contest, in which about 400 schools from different parts of the country and some from abroad all came to Calcutta to take part in the quiz contest. And this school, St. Francis School, Taran, got the second position. As our school started beating many other teams one after another, the common question was, where is this place Taran? They all heard about Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai, even Kolkata. But nobody knew where this place Taran is. We had to tell them it's in Punjab. And that was enough, because they would not understand more about it. In any case, these two students who won this second position in quiz contest was a big boost to quiz contest activities here in the school. There were more and more students who took part in it. Similarly, there were activities also in various other subjects. We conducted inter-school competitions, and our teams went to other schools in inter-school competitions. Some were conducted here, some were conducted in other schools. But we did take part in all those competitions and also won prizes several times. It is not just quiz contest. There were competitions that were encouraged. I told you there was a spurt in school activities during that particular period. And Sister Elizabeth was the principal at that time. So we had competitions like singing competition, dancing competitions, painting competitions, etc. This was one important policy. That is, winning a prize is not so important, but participating in all these competitions is very important. So I too made it a point that we have more and more competitions in more and more subjects according to the interest of the students, so that there is maximum participation of the students. They should get at least one prize. That was the intention, and then students responded favorably, and they started taking part in various competitions. All these things started off after all the classes were shifted to this new building. I forget the sequence now. For the success of students' education, so that the students benefit from the school, it is very important that the teachers and the parents come together. This is something that was reminded very often in all such kind of gatherings where the parents were also present, just to help them realize their responsibilities. There was a time when it was entirely the responsibility of the teachers, but then it's not so now. It is a shared responsibility. Though it may not be 50-50, but still it is a shared responsibility. The parents and the teachers have to work in coordination. There are 4 important components of the St. Francis family. I learned about all these things from one of the former directors of this school, Father Davis. He used to make this reference and emphasize this point very often. He used to tell about the 4 components of St. Francis family. These 4 components were like the 4 wheels of a car. If any one wheel doesn't function properly, the car won't be able to move. So all the wheels must be able to function properly. These 4 important components of St. Francis family are: first, the management; secondly, the teachers; the students; and then the parents. All 4 have got to work together. Only then it is possible that the school can do something useful for the students. I got back the thought which I could not get, and that is, I wanted to share with you the experiences of one of our teachers, and that is Mr. Joginder Singh. I think many of you know him. He is no more. But I wish he had been here in front of me. I would have been very happy to tell all these things in front of him. Mr. Joginder Singh was appointed in this school in the year 1977. He came straight from the army, joined our school as a teacher, as a PT master. So naturally he was not very fluent in English. But the strange thing is, he was very particular that he would talk in English, not in Hindi or Punjabi. He was very particular about that. It is not that somebody told him, the principal told him or director told him, nothing like that. He himself had this need. He realized this need to learn English, to talk in English. He started using some words in English. He could not use it in a sentence, but still he started using words in English. And gradually he learned English. Of course, now and then I could help him. Finally, on the day of his retirement, he wanted to give a farewell message. And when we all gathered, most of us thought that he would talk in Hindi or Punjabi. That was not the case. He gave his farewell speech in English. He was determined to learn English. He did not attend any institute to learn English. He worked here in this school. Earlier he used to scold the students in Hindi or Punjabi, then he started scolding them in English. That was an improvement. And several times he used to come and ask me, what is this sentence in English, please translate it for me. And he used to go to the ground and use it. That was like a laboratory for him. But then, what is very encouraging for all us to know is, this person learned English not because somebody compelled him, but he realized his responsibility of working here in an English medium school, and he wanted to learn English so that he could talk in English with all the students of the school. So this is something very special I saw in him, and I was happy to help him as well. I think finally I would like to wind up, but then a few words of encouragement and thanks to all the SABS sisters. The sisters who work in our school are SABS sisters. They belong to one particular order, a religious community. Here in our school, in all these convent schools, generally the priest in charge of the church is the director of the school. And to see to the day-to-day functioning of the school, it is the responsibility of the sisters. One of the sisters becomes the principal. So we as teachers worked more closely with the sisters than with the director. And because of that, I understood the sisters better than I understood the priests. The SABS sisters very especially, they are very, very dedicated. They don't make this a public matter for everybody to know, but they are very dedicated. They spend hours and hours in the church in front of the Blessed Sacrament. Whatever be the problem, not only their personal problems, problems of all the people, their own loved ones and also the strangers. If they find somebody in need of help, they go there and pray. And from there they draw the strength. That is the reason why they are able to work under a lot of pressure in the school. I have seen them. Whatever work, generally, you see, education board, they give direction, do this, do that. Director also gives direction, you do this and do that. They have got to do. Sometimes they don't get proper help from the teachers or also from the parents. They work under pressure. Because of this, I feel that these sisters who have been working here in this school have made a tremendous sacrifice for the school, and so they ought to be thanked. And on this day, on behalf of all present here, on the day of this alumni meet, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the sisters, SABS sisters, very especially those who worked in our school here, for their dedication. Their dedicated life is an example for others. You see, being an example for others also is part of education. I'm sure you agree with me. And so they are setting this example. So we must be thankful to them, and it is a blessing that God has given, that He has sent such sisters to our school. So with these thoughts, I would like to wind up, once again thanking the management and all the organizers who have given me the opportunity to come and share my thoughts with you. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please remain on the stage to give honor to the esteemed alumni. I request Reverend Sister Lismi to please be on the stage.
It's the turn of the batches from 1989 to 2006. Dr. Gaganpreet, Mrs. Rupali Chaudhary, Mrs. Gurinder Kaur, Mr. Navdeep Aulak, Mr. Amit Sachdeva. I request all the ex-students to please be on the stage. Mrs. Puneet Chawla, Mr. Randhir Rai, Mrs. Kanwarjeet Kaur, Mrs. Vipneet Kaur Pannu, Mr. Dinesh Chandra Sharma, Mrs. Pooja Sharma, Mr. Gaurav Sharma, Mrs. Ina Dhingra, Mr. Harpreet Marwaha, Mr. Didar Singh, Mrs. Raj Devinder Kaur, Mr. Gurinder Sandhu, Mrs. Anshul Shood, Mrs. Minakshi Sayal, Mr. Karandeep Singh Kochar, Mr. Kunal Devgan, Mrs. Nidhi Verma. Many more names are to come. So this is the first round. I'll call these names. Dr. Gaganpreet, Mrs. Rupali Chaudhary, Mrs. Gurinder Kaur, Mr. Navdeep Aulak, Mr. Amit Sachdeva, Mrs. Puneet Chawla, Mr. Randhir Rai, Mrs. Kanwarjeet Kaur, Mrs. Vipneet Kaur, Mr. Dinesh Chandra, Mrs. Pooja Sharma, Mr. Gaurav Sharma, Mrs. Ina Dhingra, Mr. Harpreet Marwaha, Mr. Didar, Mr. Raj Devinder, Mr. Gurinder Sandhu, Mrs. Anshul Sood, Mrs. Minakshi Sayal, Mrs. Sarappriya, Mr. Karamdeep Singh Kochar, Mr. Kunal Devgan, Mrs. Nidhi Verma. Mr. Manmohan Singh, Mr. Ravdeep, Mr. Nitin Ashok, Mr. Sudhir Sood, Mr. Ravinder Singh, Mr. Priyapal, Mr. Anup Veer Singh, Mr. Neeraj Sharma, Mr. Satnam Singh, so I request all the ex-students to please make a big semicircle so that all can come. Next is the batch from 2001 to 2006. Mrs. Harsimran Kaur, Mrs. Harleen Kaur, Mr. Kanveer Singh, Mr. Gurdas Singh, Mr. Gurtaj Singh, Mrs. Nazuk, Mrs. Parambir Kaur, Mr. Deepak Maini, Mr. Barjinder Singh, Mr. Jai Inder Singh, Mr. Nitin Deep Singh, Mr. Jatinder Singh, Mrs. Paneet Kanda, Mrs. Harmandeep Kaur, Mrs. Navjeet Kaur, Mr. Balraj Singh, Mrs. Mandeep Gill, Mr. Varun Deep, and Mr. Manish Arora. I request all the left tech students, those whose name have been announced, please come on the stage. Mr. Manmohan Singh, Mrs. Sarpriya, Mr. Ravdeep, Mr. Nitin Ashok, Mr. Sudhir Sood, Mr. Ravinder, Mrs. Priya Pal, Mr. Anup Veer, Mr. Neeraj Sharma, Mrs. Anjana Gupta, Mrs. Manju Agarwal, and Mrs. Anuradha Vansal. If any ex-student who arrived late, if their name is not being announced, please let us know and please come on the stage. Mr. Prashant Gulati, Naveen Sharma and one more name? Mrs. Rakhi Dhingra. Mr. Salim Sylvester. I repeat, please, if any ex-student's name is left, those who have come late, please come up on the stage and give your name. So request all the latecomers to please come forward.
Please join them. The present teachers of St. Francis School, those who have studied from St. Francis, are requested to join. Now I request Reverend Father Mathew, Reverend Sister Lismi to honor Sir Maria Das and all the teachers. The ex-teachers present here, please come up on the stage. I request Sister Rosemary, all the ex-teachers to please come up on the stage.
May I have the attention of the teachers, Mr. Maria Das, Mrs. Beena, Mrs. Sukhwinder Kaur, Mrs. Harvinder Kaur, Mrs. Brijbala, Mrs. Poonam, Mrs. Usha. Please kindly join us on the stage. Mrs. Elizabeth, Mrs. Meena Verma, Mrs. Harjeet Dhingra, Mrs. Sudha Chandel, Mrs. Harjeet Chawla, Mrs. Karamjeet, Mrs. Sukhraj Kaur, Mrs. Rupinder, Mrs. Davinder, Mrs. Pooja Sharma, Mrs. Sangeeta, Mrs. Anita, Mrs. Mohinder Kaur Gill, Mr. Meenu Pal Singh, Mrs. Tamanna. Kindly, and Harpreet Marwa. She also has worked as a teacher in this school in this tenure. So kindly step on the stage.
Yes, with great enthusiasm and excitement, I request esteemed alumni to come upon the stage and share your experience with us. How far has the foundation laid by this wonderful school has taken you? So we request you to please come and share with us your life experience, your success story, and the journey you have covered till date.
You have worked here as a teacher, na? 6 to 7 years. Then why not?
Because of the dedication of these teachers, the students are able to score 97-98% marks in the boards. The contribution of these teachers is beyond words. I request Ma'am Beena to please be on the stage. I request Sister Rosemary to please come up on the stage.
May I request Mrs. Beena and Mrs. Sudha Chandil to join their colleagues on the stage. Honoring our ambassadors on this day is really an honor to us, because whatever we are is all because of these personalities. So give them a big round of applause so that they can understand how much the children love them. May I invite Father Mathew and Sister Elizabeth to join them, as the picture is incomplete without you people. Sir Maryadas, you are wanted here on the stage. How can we forget Jagiro auntie? From the nursery to the senior classes, for whatever we wanted in the school, whatever corner we wore, we always have one name on the lip, that is Mrs. Jagiro. She is on the stage. Can we welcome them? A big round of applause, because each member of the St. Francis family is very precious to our heart. Here we have Jagiro auntie. May I request Sister Rosemary, a great name. Really, we are feeling honored to honor you.
Very beautiful remark from Ma'am Verma. She said, from last 3 years I was on ventilator, now I revived. Gurinder, the ex-student of the school, wants to share her experience. So I would like to call upon the stage Gurinder from batch 1998. Give her a big round of applause. A warm good afternoon to all the distinguished guests, Reverend Fathers, Sisters, teachers, and the alumni of this school. My name is Gurinder. I passed out from this school in 1998 and later joined as a teacher in 2005 after completing my master's in science and education. I worked here for 1.5 years. I'm currently working as a teacher in Education Department of Punjab in Jalandhar. It feels surreal and nostalgic to be back here after 15 years and on this stage after 24 years. St. Francis School Taran is the best school anyone could ask for. It is said that a school plays a crucial role in any person's life. This school has not only provided me with the best knowledge of required subjects, but also the basic learnings and values of life. Studying moral science as a subject always felt like an additional burden at that time. But later in my life, I realized the difference it made to my personality. Value of spirituality and gratefulness came through the prayer songs we sang every day. Values like teamwork, cooperation, and sportsmanship came through the numerous co-curricular activities and sports. It has taught me the dignity of labor through the various cleaning campaigns which were conducted during SUPW periods. Value of compassion and empathy was instilled through the annual visits to leper colony Taran. Being a Sikh and studying in a Catholic school made me tolerant and respectful towards all the religions. It is true that life and time are the best teachers, but it was here in this school that the seeds of all these virtues were sown in my mind, which were later on strengthened by life and time. Coming to my teachers, they were the best teachers in the whole world. I take this opportunity to thank all my teachers. Ma'am Annie, Ma'am Beena, Vijay Teji ma'am, Sudha ma'am, Sukhwinder ma'am, Pushpinder ma'am, Harjeet ma'am, Tamanna ma'am, Sir Subhash, Sir Joginder, Sir Tarlochan, and lastly, my favorite teacher of all the times, Sir Maryadas. Thank you, thanks a lot. School days are the memorable times of my life. This is a place where I entered crying in nursery class and left also crying after my farewell party. This school has given me lifetime relationships with friends and teachers. It has taught me to fly high in the sky and to stay grounded as well. I feel so proud to be an alumna of St. Francis School, Taran. Thank you, my alma mater. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gurinder, for sharing your experience. Now I request all the present teachers, those who have studied from this school and belongs to 1973 to 2006 batch. All the students, the present teachers, those who have studied from this school till 2006 batch, please come upon the stage to receive an honor. I request Reverend Father Mathew, Reverend Sister Lismi, to please be on the stage to honor ex-students, those who are presently teaching in the school. I request Mrs. Suniti, Mrs. Gifty, Mrs. Rashpal, Mrs. Sandeep Randhawa, and Sir Sandeep Francis to please come onto the stage to receive the honor. We express our gratitude towards each and every one of you present here for sparing some time from your busy schedule to be with us today. We hope that you have enjoyed today's grand alumni meet and recalled and relived your school days. Dear ex-teachers and ex-students, as you all know that we are celebrating Golden Jubilee year of the school, we are planning for the special edition of School Magazine. So you are cordially invited to send your articles for the Golden Jubilee special edition of the School Magazine. You may share your memories, your experience, your life journey, the contribution of the school in your life, or message for the present students. Kindly mail us. We will be highly honored for this concern.
Now, it's time to invite suggestions from our esteemed alumni regarding organization of next alumni meet in the coming years. By strengthening alumni network we can keep in touch with one another and the school. You can also support the present deserving students through scholarships. We are looking forward to your active participation, support, and cooperation in future. Thank you.